One day you get home from school and you realize you have a test tomorrow. You're very stressed about this test. You don't think you're gonna pass and you know you need to study. So what you do is you put on a YouTube video just to ease your mind a little. The YouTube video isn't enough for you. So what you do is you open up your phone, you go on TikTok, you start scrolling. You get some little hits, a few laughs, you're scrolling down, and as you scroll down, eventually you see a girl who's half naked. And right away, you're just glazing at that for a second. And you're just like, And you're like, nah, I don't need that. You put your phone down, you're like, you know what, I should go study. So you start studying, you're trying to study at least, you're looking right at it, and then these temptations come by saying, you know what, you should look one more time. One more time won't be bad, just a little peek. So you go right back to that girl, you look at it, and then 2 seconds later, you're searching up porn in your browser, you relapse, you feel ashamed of yourself, the cycle repeats. Does this sound familiar to you? I have dealt with this probably the last 3 years of my life, and right away, what happened was that we're letting our emotions control our actions. Pornography has now become an outlet in your life. Little do you know, this is a fake paradise, a fake escape that is just going to leave you worse than you were before. Instantly right after you relapse, right when you just finish, you're just like, what am I doing? And then you just instantly open up TikTok again to watch because you're that depleted. You're literally letting your emotions just get into every single thing of your life. If you're not stimulated for 1 minute, then you feel so bad. You feel so sad about yourself because you've hardwired your brain to crave pleasure and not to be stressed. The problem is that as a man of God, we are going to struggle. And if you don't allow yourself to struggle, you're never going to achieve the things you want to achieve. God has to change you, but God can't change you today if you're still doing the things that He told you to quit. Why do you think businessmen, why do you think that bodybuilders look so good and are so successful? They can't eat that crappy diet they started 3 years ago when they didn't start. They have to change their lifestyle, maybe do better workouts, maybe eat better, maybe make better decisions, be always active. And when they knew that they did not want to show up, they still did. The days you don't show up are the days when you are a champion. And listen, I know it's hard to figure out those reasons. But if we allow pornography to be our fake paradise, you're never going to escape to the true paradise. Instead of sitting with your emotions and letting them pass, you're numbing yourself, ignoring them, when you know you should be dealing with them. Because the reason why you're having that emotion is because you know you need to do something or you know you need to do better. So in this moment, God is telling you to stop listening to your emotions all the time. Because if you keep listening, you're going to stay in this box cycle forever. Whenever something's off, I gotta go, gotta feel good. Well, I'll tell you what, in life, you're not always gonna feel good. There's gonna be times where you don't wanna do things, and those are the times that you thrive. And right after, where you knew you did the work, you're gonna feel that dopamine high that pornography would never be able to give you. You studied for 2 hours, you get 100 on that test, you're like, wow, I just made all that. I just need to do that, and now I'm good. You go to the gym, oh, I don't wanna do this, I don't want to, it's gonna hurt, all this. You do it, right after, you feel that pump, you're like, dude, this is great. And you're looking 3 months later and you're like, wow, because I showed up all these days, I just built my physique. Same thing, honestly, with a video game. You want to be straight up, I know you guys are all gamers. I don't know if you guys started businesses, but anything. You're grinding the levels out, it's very boring, and then eventually you got all those power-ups in the game, you're like, wow, I did it. Whenever you do something hard, and then you realize there's a reward, that's when it's long. That's called long-term gratification, where you do something so much for a long period of time, eventually it's going to work. Come on. There's always a quote I hear, and it's, you should suffer for 5 years of your life so you can have 60 years of paradise. This means showing up every single day. This means doing everything when you feel uncomfortable. This means so many things. Or instead, you have paradise for 5 years living in the world, going to parties, not living for God, watching pornography, feeling great, and then instantly, when all that ends in 5 years, you can't find a wife, you have addictions you can't break, you created soul ties in your heart that you can't escape from, and you just destroyed your life for the next 60 years because you wasted all that time escaping the inevitable. You tried to be something that you know you couldn't be. And you're saying, I could have did better, I could have been this. And you're giving yourself all these little thoughts in your head that I could have did that, but realistically you didn't do it. So my message to you now is whenever you feel tempted in your moments, whenever you are stressed, deal with it. Deal with it. Pray. If you can't even control your emotions, how do you feel when you're tempted or anything? Like when God's calling you to pray, do you just ignore Him? Do you just sit with it? You just got to realize our mind is a machine, and you have hardwired it in this way that it's gonna work this way. So when the brain wants something, it's gonna be loud, but it's not gonna be redeeming. It's time you need to start breaking these habits and instead allowing yourself to sit with these emotions so you could build yourself bigger. Because I'm telling you, sit with your emotions, you do the things you know you need to do. You go through these detoxes, you're gonna hear callings from God. You're gonna build the life you wanna build. And then 3 years from now, you're gonna be saying, because I didn't fall back into that stuff, I just changed my life. And if I never did, I wouldn't have known.